Hi, I'm Catherine Lee, and welcome to Yum Yum. I really want some. So here in the kitchen, I'm going to show you how to make penne pasta and peas without slaving over a stove or using a knife. So this is a dish I call penne pasta with peas. So I'm a busy mom, and I really don't have a lot of time to cook, and this dish really meets all my criteria that I find important, which is my kids have to like eating it, and it has to be healthy, and it's fast. So along the way, I'm also going to kind of show you some handy tips too on how to save time and conserve some of your energy. So when I make this dish, these are all of the ingredients that I pull out. It's only 4 things. It's the uncooked pasta, frozen peas, homemade seasoning, and olive oil. So this is my homemade penne pasta seasoning that I use for this dish every single time. I will show you how to put the ingredients in there, and this is just part of my energy conservation methods that I will show you along the way. So go ahead and grab the penne pasta and the peas and put them each in a separate bowl. And what I have in front of you there is a water warmer. And this also boils water that you would have to add to the peas and the pasta. So one way that I conserve energy is I use this water warmer that also boils water to 205 degrees, and I'm going to add boiling water to my peas and just kind of let it sit. So for your penne pasta, you do want to have really hot water. And if you don't have a water boiler, it's okay, because you can just get regular water and just kind of pop it in the microwave, and you can just kind of have it really al dente after 3 to 4 minutes. And be very careful when you pull it out of the microwave. So now that you have your peas and your pasta with hot boiling water, you want to put a cover on top of it and just kind of let it sit for about 5 hours or so. Or you can even just do it overnight and put it in the refrigerator, and I promise you it will be just fine. So now for the seasoning. You want to use 1 teaspoon of black pepper, garlic powder, salt, and turmeric, and then 1 tablespoon of Parmesan cheese. So to save some time and energy, I'll add all of these ingredients to an empty seasoning bottle, and I'll make sure that I use it over and over and over again. And I'll do this with a lot of other ingredients, sometimes that has 15 types of seasonings in there, or 15 types of ingredients, and I'll just add it to one bottle and I'll use it over and over again. And it saves a lot of time and a lot of energy. So now you have all the ingredients in there. Just shake it up and mix it all together. So for the next ingredients is the olive oil. And if you notice, that bottle is very big and it's very heavy. So if you're anything like me, we have decreased strength. And if you have trouble with, having shakes or tremors, and you have a tendency to spill, I would suggest using a little squirt bottle. You can buy this at any dollar store, convenience store, Walmart, any Target will have any of these empty squirt bottles, and you can pour any oil and it comes right out, and it's very convenient, and it'll help you prevent any spills or accidents that you'd want to avoid. So now that we have our penne pasta seasoning and our olive oil in our containers, we can start making our dish. So over the sink, you want to pour out your penne pasta and your peas. And if you notice, the peas is well done and the penne pasta is soft. So once you've poured them together and strained them, you want to go ahead and transfer both the peas and the penne pasta into a clean bowl. So now for the ingredients is you want to shake it up if it's kind of settled a little bit. Add it to the dish So now we want to add the olive oil. So when you're using the squirt bottle, just make sure that you're aiming into the bowl. Now that you have the seasoning on there, you just mix it all up. So now it's ready to eat, and all you needed was the penne pasta seasoning and the oil, and that was it. So after we cook, we want to clean up after ourselves, and if we make a big mess, that's okay, because what I do is I have a plastic bag inside of a drawer, and I'm able to conveniently just kind of sweep everything into the bag. I don't have to hold on to the bag. I don't have to lug a big trash can that's heavy and could probably make me trip on the way to having to clean up my space. So let's spend a little bit of time to kind of go over some methods that I use to save time and energy and effort that I think that would be helpful. Is that I will use contact paper. It's sticky on one side and it is very matted on the other side. So you can just lay it onto your counters and you can wipe it down whenever things get dirty. And when things get really, really soiled, you can just peel it right off and it will not tear off any of your countertops or ruin them at all. It's very easy to put on and take off. A matted black texture. It's waterproof, and there's an adhesive back that will help it stay in place, and it's easy to remove. So if your bowls and utensils that you like to use and it's a contrast color, I think this is perfect, so then that way you can keep your countertops clean. So I would suggest, for safety, for you to have a chair nearby in the kitchen while you're working, one that is stationary with no rollers, one that may have adjustable height where it can go up and down, and if you have a footrest, so that way your feet aren't hanging down and then hurt your knees. And so if I really needed to, I could have the counters adjusted, so then that way I could tuck in the chair all the way in, so then it's out of the way when I don't need it, for safety, so no one runs into it or trips over it, and then that way I have space to do what I need to. So I use this empty bottle, so I can just add all of these ingredients to that bottle and not have to worry about looking for each item, each ingredient, and have to remember how much I have to put in the dish, and I can just use it time and time again, and it's convenient and it's ready to go for me. I then use the olive oil and put it inside of a squirt bottle, so that way I don't have to lift anything that is heavy, that's strenuous, that's going to burn my energy. I can just squirt it and then it'll aim exactly where I want it to go, and I have now my seasoning and my oil ready to go for me whenever I need it. To penne pasta and to the peas, and I don't have to put it on the stove or grab a big pot and wait for it to boil and stand there and wait. So everything can just cook over a few hours or overnight. It is very convenient. It boils up to 208 degrees of water, and it holds about 4 gallons of water. I can have boiled water throughout the day. I don't even have to wait a second. This thing has been such a lifesaver for me because I do boil water a lot, and it saves me time, energy, effort. That you can get one of these for $172.99. I would say for me that would be a great investment because of the time and effort and the safety that it saves me from having to get a pot out and carry boiling water from one place to another. So for other dishes, we do have to carry a big pot and cook over a very hot stove and use a knife. And that's really dangerous. So if we can avoid all that, And that's the reason why I chose the penne pasta in particular, because it is so simple, so easy, it's delicious, and it's nutritious, and you don't have to slave over a hot stove or carry a big pot, and no knives are needed. I hope that you had a chance to enjoy your penne pasta that you made today, and I hope it's as delicious as we believe it to be. And I also hope that the energy conservation methods and the safety methods that I have shared with you today help you and keep you safe and allow you to live your best life. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope to see you next time.